song. So you guys, last time uh I did the Empower, he's like, I don't know why, but this song reminds me of you. And it really is funny because yesterday, if you guys saw my triple diamond post that I posted, I talked about literally being like publicly burned. And I was about 2 years ago, it was very public and it was very awful. And I actually, it's interesting because, as you know, I am deeply connected to my own inner belief, and I am deeply connected. I meditate and pray every single day. But when I was going through that really tough time, at meditation, I saw a circle of 8 women, and those women, they had gasoline poured on their back, and I saw a giant match being dangled over top of us. And I literally heard the message within, like, you can exit the building. You do not have to go down in this. And so every time I hear that song and it talks about one match, you can make an explosion. I stood up for what was right. I stood up for ingredients that were toxic. I stood up and stepped forward, and I just have to make a public announcement. Our case actually went to front of the judge yesterday, and I didn't even find this out until this morning, so I have chills. This is why it's so crazy. And it is moving forward. It was not dismissed. It is moving forward. It is super exciting, which means, you guys, what we're doing here at Vital Health, having ingredients like what we have, I have head to toe chills right now because what we have is so unique and special. That experience that I went through took me out of health and wellness altogether. I have a list of certifications in the health and wellness field, you guys, that are insane. I stopped doing all of it. I stopped doing everything. I did not believe that it was ethical and right for me to stand behind something that I thought so strongly about, and it was literally poisoning people. And to be able to now, with my entire being, be back in this and truly making a difference in people's lives with herbs and adaptogens that are you guys, the frequency of our ingredients and the actual, if you guys know anything about frequency and vibration in general, the frequency of what Dr. Tony has created our products with is infused in what we're using, and it works so much more effectively. And that's all I'm going to say about that. I could do a whole other talk on that another day, but truly there is something very special about what we are excuse me, suddenly had a hiccup. Interesting. What we are using, because the testimonies, I mean, every single one of you most likely listening right now has a testimony of something that these very simple products, and it's the craziest thing. I'm going to be so honest with you guys. When I got my box the first time and I got the stuff, I'm like, this is so overwhelming. This is so complicated. And now I'm sitting here like, it's so simple. No, it's not, because every product is so simple. And we're talking about simple ingredients, just like we want foods that are simple and real. We have products that are simple and real that work with the systems of our body to have a positive impact. When we are able to have that belief, when you are able to use your own testimony of how your body has changed by something so simple, that is where the magic happens, and that is where the magic happens in your business. So today, actually, I'm going to talk about how, and this is actually, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is now we're just like 180 to like straight out business, but this is so important. Today, we're actually talking about how to close our month, business measurables, how to inspect what to expect, and how to marry our months. So that's about as straightforward and business structure as it gets. But here's what's the most important, okay? When we do not have belief in a goal we're going to create, we actually physically cannot create it. We will stand on an edge. And it is important that we actually test our belief. The way we build belief is through testing it. It's through challenging it. It's through asking a question. Some of you are now at a point right now at the end of the month going for a goal that you set, and your belief may be wavering. And I want you to test that belief. I want you to challenge that belief. And I want you to use the facts that I'm going to talk about today to create stability, that then you can take the proper action to move your belief in the direction of something stronger, so that that belief continues to build and you continue to grow. You guys, Triple Diamond was a challenge to do 200,000 in a month when we have only actually launched our business 90 days out. That is a challenge. That was a challenge that I was like, oh, I know I can do it, but whoa, it did challenge me. But just like my son, okay, he's 10 years old and he likes to do those ropes courses where you like harness in and you like climb all the little things like up to the top of buildings. There's a really, really tall one at the mall here in North Jersey. That it's not the Great American Mall. I don't know. It's one of the biggest malls. It's not like it's like almost as big as the one in Minnesota, but there's theme parks inside, water parks inside. This mall is crazy. I forget what mall. No, it's not Mall of America. I cannot remember the name. Anyway, it's in North Jersey. There's a ropes course there that goes 6 stories high. And at the top of that ropes course, there is a camel. And if you get out to the camel and ring the bell, it's like a big deal. And so he was insistent on doing this, okay? Now, excuse me, 6 stories high. You guys, just like think about your house if you have a 2-story house and like go stand on the roof, okay? 6 stories high. And you look up, but when you stand at the bottom of this thing and you look up, it's like, it like moves just because it's 6 stories high and there's people up there and you have to walk across, you know, like tight ropes and like all the things just to get up there. Yeah, the American Dream Mall, Kim, thank you. That's it. That's the mall. Like my husband has tried to do a ropes course before. He gets to the first level and he's like, oh, hell no, I'm going down. Like, this is not it. I am not afraid of heights. Okay. So I'm going to go up with him to help support him. We get all the way up there and I'm like, it's not a big deal. We just have to get out to this camel. Well, to get out to the camel, you're now going out 6 stories high, and it is legit, you guys. When I tell you, you walk out on something, it's like a narrow, like an inch, but then there's another, you have to reach and like, you have to trust that this harness, that this thing that's holding you, that you're not going to like fall and drop, like, and we both tried. We both got out there. We got all the way up there. We both got up there. We both stood there for a really long time, both of us. He'd been talking about hitting this bell for like months. And neither one of us could overcome that fear. We got all the way up there, which was a lot further than my husband did. But neither one of us could overcome the fear to go out 6 stories high to hit the bell. Now we both talk about this because now we're like, all right, we can do this next time. We would not have fallen. We were strapped in. But our belief, the actual fact that we would have fallen was 0. We would not have fallen. But the belief that kept us safe led us both to not do it. You guys go look up this camel. You can look it up. It's online. Just go look it up. Okay. Like very few people have done it because it's challenging your own belief. And that belief, there's an inner part of us that wants to keep us safe. That part of us that keeps us safe is that subconscious that drives the actions that we take or don't take. And it is at the end of the month and when we marry our months that we see the most self-sabotage. So I want you all right now to go through the numbers I'm going to talk about today, to look at the numbers I'm going to talk about today, to get real with the numbers. And that is going to allow you to inspect what to expect. Our business should not be a guess. Your business is not slapping spaghetti on the wall and hoping you hit a rank. Your business should not be tracking only volume. And that I'm going to talk to you guys in depth about in a second. But that is going to give you the stronger belief to move to the next step. As you build that belief, you guys, you learn skills along the way and you become a stronger leader. I wouldn't be where I am had I not gone through the fire of what I've been through. Some of the things and the ways I'm able to look at things and the perspectives I see things at is because I went through something that I actually didn't know was humanly possible. I didn't know what I went through in business 2 years ago could happen. I didn't know people work that way. I didn't know people function from that perspective. But once I saw what I saw, I was able to open up to a new perspective and assess the facts, assess the information, and be able to make smarter business decisions because I now had a bigger perspective. That's what inspecting your business so you can expect an outcome is going to happen. Now, one thing that is very important, we actually, as much as we can track our goals and as much as we can take action in moving our goals, sometimes we actually fall short on our goals. And that's important also in our growth. This is how we challenge that belief. Okay, we have to. So many times I'm scared to publicly fail. You guys, no one in this call, no one, zero. There is not a single person on this call of 111 people. Look at that, 111. How funny is that? And somebody put a comment in the comments at 1111 as well. That's even funnier. Well, not so funny, but anyway. So that is how you squirrel, and that is how you squirrel as a leader too. And you completely lose track of what you're talking about. So hang on, let me have a cup of coffee in my sip of my coffee. In my awakened cup. All right. So, what was I saying? Let's reconnect. All right. Going back to tracking your numbers and falling short of your goals. When you guys fall short of your goals, it gives you information. And if you fail, if you publicly fail, everybody in this world has failed. Everybody on this call, you guys have all failed so many times to be to the point where you are. Oh my gosh, if you are a parent, how many times a day do you fail? My kids like to tell me every single time I fail. I breathe the wrong way and I fail, right? Like if you have a teenager, you know what I mean? Like for real, you guys. So many of you guys are so scared to publicly fail, but then you don't even try. And that's failure in itself as well, because you are failing yourself and then you beat yourself psychologically up. And that is a whole other thing that is why, and I talk about goal fatigue for this reason, but then you drive in your own self-worth issues and not being enough and all of that. That goes back to reaffirming your belief and moving the needle. When we fall back on our goals, you guys, and everyone right now should have a goal. It doesn't matter if you're brand new right now or you've been here for 3 months. It does not matter because we're at the end of the month. If you are brand new, you need to be working on getting to silver. We're going to talk about the importance of silver in just a second here. But so period, that's it. So everyone should have a goal, whether it is a rank promotion goal, it is a qualification goal, whatever that is, you actually should have a goal. Now, we can fall short in our goals, but what we can never do is fall short in our standards. So our standards are defined by the way we function within. That is the commitment we take with our actions. That is something I never waver on. My standards are so strong, you guys. And my standards are fueled by an inner belief and drive that is driven by integrity, because to me, that is the most important thing. That is why I stand so firmly on having incredible safe ingredients that our bodies can use and being so committed to get these out into the world. Because if we can really make an impact in the world in a positive way, we can stop all the negative nonsense from happening. We cannot stop them, but the more positive we put out there, the less that is even that even exists, right? So that is so important to me because that is the standard that I live on. The standard I do every single month, knowing my numbers, knowing what comes in, knowing what comes out, the actions I take. Those are all standards that there's no waiver in. So once you get your goals, recognizing your standards, and the most important thing, you guys, is you have to understand what standards are you willing to tolerate to create those goals, because some of you may have a standard that you have to eat dinner with your family every single night. Okay, you're creating this goal. You have to be on these calls, but you have to make have a standard, you guys eat dinner every single night together. You may need to adjust the time. You may need to do A, B, C, D, and E. You may need to order in certain times or get a meal delivery service or whatever that is, depending on your goal. So you have to know the standards you are willing to tolerate, okay? Because our standards have to be adjusted for our goal time to hit that goal. So if I have a standard that is I eat dinner with my family every time and we normally eat at 6, but I have to do calls at that time, then because that is my standard, need to make adjustments that I can tolerate for that moment while I'm moving those goals. That's how you adjust your standards to adapt to your goals. Okay. I hope that makes sense a little bit. Okay. All right. So with that, we're now on so it's the 28th of the month right now. This month has 31 days. You have today, the 29th, 30th, and 31st to close out your month. What does closing out your month mean? Here's the most important thing that we need to be looking at month's end that we need to make sure all of our teams are doing right now as well. If you do those things, you guys, you will hit your goals. You will hit your goals. It's not about you. So when you think, I need to, what you need to do is stay committed to recruiting, talking to people, getting these products in people's hands, helping people get started, getting them launched, doing the same thing over and over and over. That's all you need to do. Take your products, have your own testimony, show up. That's what you need to do. If everybody did what they needed to do, there would be no issue. Okay. Right now, it's key at the end of the month. This is what we're inspecting to expect on the month's close. Now, this is super important. We have something incredible at Vital Health that takes if I get the hiccups right now, oh my gosh, you guys, this is going to be so embarrassing. I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to pray this hiccup goes away. Fun fact about Tara Truax. When I get hiccups, you guys, it sounds like a dying frog. It's so bad. All right. I think I caught it. Hang on. If you guys also don't mix your collagen and V Daily together, you're missing out. It tastes like Kool-Aid and it gives you so much energy and there's no caffeine in it. Highly recommend it. Okay. Yeah, do that. It's so good. Then if you want a little caffeine, take a half a scoop. Don't do a whole scoop. It'll overpower the taste. Half a scoop of V Energy. Oh, you guys. So good. Yeah, somebody just had V Energy in there. It's so delicious. All right. So things we need to be looking at the end of the month. Write this down, please. Number 1, when someone comes in as a preferred customer, okay, that means they paid the $29.99 and they do not get a starter kit. If they do not have 50 PV that month, their loyalty bonuses go away. A preferred customer gets loyalty bonuses. A preferred customer also gets to take advantage of the influencer bonus. But if they do not have 50 PV, number 1, they don't count as one of your qualified affiliates. Now, a 50 PV is what is required to be qualified. 50 PV also holds a binary volume for starter kits. If they do not have the 50 PV, the volume from the binary will flush. Let's talk about what flushing means. What happens when you dump something in the toilet and you push the handle? It goes down the drain. Is it possible to get something back once it goes down the drain? No, it is not. Yes, bye-bye. Exactly. It's gone. It's gone. We don't want people to be flushing their business down the toilet. You guys, every order, every starter kit, keep in mind, starter kit volume, those bonuses only go through your account one time. That's it. That is not reorder volume. That is one time. Yes, no flush, no flush. I got all kinds of no flushes in the comment. We do not want our volume to flush. So when people say, what does flush mean? Down the toilet. We don't want that. We want people to accumulate. Maybe they're not building yet. Maybe they're not growing yet. Accumulate that volume, because once it's gone, it's gone. As long as you're income qualified, you guys, that volume accumulates. And at any point, if you're ready to build, you can start to be paid on it as long as you're qualified. So you must have 50 PV to be qualified to maintain your binary volume as a preferred customer to maintain the loyalty rewards. We'll talk about the influencer bonus in a second. Now, if you're building this business and you're an affiliate, I'm assuming you want to be paid the max that you can be paid at each rank. In order to do that, you want to maximize the compensation plan by getting to the rank of silver. Silver is 3 active affiliates, okay? Active affiliates, what's an active affiliate? 50 PV, okay? 3 active affiliates, 2,500 in group sales, okay? And the most that can come from one leg is 70%. So if you have a bit, what that means is if you have a rock star that's brought in 70%, or maybe they brought in a ton of volume, right? But that means 30% of outside of that rock star has to come from different people that you've brought in, the other 2 people, okay? So maybe one person does a ton, the other person has, the other 2 have to do a total of 30%, total of 2,500. That is going to get you in the unilevel to the rank of silver. When you hit that rank of silver, you now unlock binary check match, and you get 50% on your people that you have brought in on those starter kits, on their weeklies. This is going to maximize the comp plan. Now, if anyone is a founder, it also maximizes your 1%, because our founders bonuses are for every month you're silver and above. So it maximizes that for that yearly payout as well. We want you to maximize your business. As a leader, you want everyone to maximize their business. Therefore, the number 1 goal is to get your new people to silver as quickly as possible. So right now, I want you to, well, just not right now, in like 8 minutes or 10 minutes when we get off this call, log in your back office, go to your personal enrollments, look at who is active and who is inactive. Get on the phone, get them active. We don't want their binary volume to flush, and look at who needs to get to silver. Everybody can get to silver by the end of the month to fully qualify and maximize the comp plan. Okay. So in my business, we have a rule. You came in to build as an affiliate, you have 100 PV each month. That's it. I'm not a babysitter. I'm not going to look to see if you're paid. That's your business. We are grown adults. We are grown adults. You can be qualified. All right. So you go check, pull up your enrollments, go look. You can see active, inactive, active, inactive. Go get everyone qualified. All right. That's number 1. Now, in the binary, we want people to be paid out in the binary. So this is what you're checking for. Check your teams. Go look at them, your personal enrollments. You guys, I have a team my size. I can't go check my whole team. I go look at my personal enrollments. I look at my people. They can look at their people. This is called being sovereign and wise in your business as a business owner as well, you guys. So go, and you need 2 active, 1 on each side of the binary, so that is active. Inspect what to expect. You want to get paid this week. Make sure you have 1 active on the left, 1 active on the right. You'll see your little color change in your back office. It says binary active, and then it says active and binary active. You want both of those to be purple. If they're pink, you're not active. We need the 3 active affiliates in order to move up to the comp plan, bronze and above. Then it starts to accumulate, but let's get everyone to silver. Now, if your goal and every single new person you bring in is to get them to silver, to maximize the comp plan, you are automatically going to hit whatever goal you're at. Because if you have 4 new people in and they all come in and go 2,500, 2,500, 2,500, 2,500, that's 10,000 in your goal. And they maximize the comp plan. And if they do the same thing to their people, you're going to move again. You're going to keep promoting by getting people to silver. And silver is completely doable with 3 active affiliates, you guys, and 2,500 in group volume. It is completely doable. The other thing you're going to want to check right now is, are your personal enrollments qualified for the influencer bonus? That influencer bonus, you guys, is very important. If you build a business on minimums, you will always get minimum. Please write this down. This is so important because some people say, oh, what is the minimum I have to have? Oh, what is the minimum? If you build a business on minimums, you will always create minimum. You will hit a rank and you will go back because what Ed Miletz calls that adjusting your thermostat. You will always lower your thermostat back to where your level at. That is living on minimums. We don't live on minimums. We live on the capacity to create more and to build a business wisely. How do you do that? You use that influencer bonus. If you came in at platinum, that is 150 PV. 150 PV, your next $200, $40. If you did not come in at platinum, that's 200 PV. And it's also all your preferred customers. 200 PV, next $200, $40. Everybody should be leveraging this within their own business, whether it's coming through their retail site or you're going in and you're purchasing those products. But you guys, if you have $200 sitting there in your influencer bonus and you leave that, because say you're like, oh, I bought 150 this month, I'm qualified, and I was a platinum. Well, that's going to unlock $200 for $40 in your influencer bonus, and you don't use it that month. Guess where that goes? Bye-bye. That is money you could have used to invest back into your business, and you can, retail on the spot. You can scan people retail. Anybody, you guys, if you guys do scan and you scan, people want those products on the spot. Have them in your hands. It is so important that you're leveraging this. This also is going to increase the volume and the culture of your team so that the average orders that come in are not minimum of 50 or 100, but you're coming in at about 200, 240. Okay. That is going to completely change your business. So check those influencer bonuses. Now, I'm going to talk about where we are now, because we have something here, and I was going to talk about this before and I got sidetracked, but from the 25th of the month till the end of the month, volume that comes in through starter kits not only helps us, and we're paid out this month on it, but that volume rolls over into our next month to help us continue to promote. That volume does not count to re-qualify for your rank, but it does help you to promote to your next rank. This is a huge deal so that people don't withhold volume and stop moving their business. And it is a huge part, a huge, I love this so much because it keeps the momentum moving. This is what I call marrying your months. I do not stop June 1st. I don't. There is no stop. There is no stop, Tara. I don't even know when I'm going to stop at this point, but there is no stop. There is no stopping. I will continue to marry my month the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Now, by the 5th, I will take a break. On the 5th, I will rest. But those first I have calls, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. I am still, that month is still moving. Because the worst thing you can do is close your month and then the whole first part of your month, nothing is happening in your business. And then you get to work the last month. That is a bad habit. It is not smart business. It'll exhaust you. It'll go to burnout. You'll get goal fatigue, and it is not wise, especially in a compensation plan like ours that allows that to roll, to continue that momentum and to continue to build. So make sure that everything coming in right now, okay, that you're paying attention via starter kits and via regular volume, because regular volume does not roll. But if you are only tracking volume, you are doing a huge disservice to your business, because volume is a lagging indicator. Volume right now, if people are coming in with starter kits and someone just came in with a platinum starter kit and that volume was 1,200, what is their reorder next month? Well, if it's influencer bonus, let's say it's 200 PV. That's not 1,200. You brought 10 people in and you're like, oh, my volume is this. Next month, it's going to be that. Well, if those 10 people don't go and help people get to silver, you're not going to see progress like what what we have seen growing to triple diamond in 90 days, like what James's did growing to triple diamond in 90 days, or maybe I don't know how many days they did, but whatever. But that is because you have to have the new people also getting people to new ranks. Otherwise, tracking volume is a lagging indicator. You will not see growth in your business. The key is to look at your new starts, those new people coming in, and making sure that you have got them all launched and we get them to silver. That is going to be the key motivator in your business, and that will continue to move the needle. Then we do the residual in our business by making sure everyone's income qualified and we have people gaining customers and all of that. And that will continue to grow on the back end. But otherwise, you will kick yourself, because just tracking your volume will not stabilize your business. You must be looking at the new people coming in and working with those new people to get them to that promotion of silver. So that's what I want you guys to do today, okay? Right now, I want you to look at what volume has come in, okay? Your new people that have come in. Have you talked to them? Have you not? And you guys, again, work within your personal business. Do not go reach into teams that are not your own. Work within your personal business. Go to your enrollments. Have you got them launched? Are you working with them? Are they inviting to calls? Are they getting on AM Power? Are they using our opportunity calls at night? Are we getting into third-party validation? I can do a whole call, and I will. I'll do one on just three-way message, third-party validation, because third-party validation, you know, people say, oh, let's get on a three-way. You guys, do you know how inappropriate that is? It's like some of you guys use like MLM language, and you're like, I'm like, oh my gosh, this sounds like some sort of other kind of opportunity. You got three ways and third legs. And I'm like, oh my God, like, please stop talking. Like, just stop. You have to be really aware. This is like third-party validation, just like in a job in a corporate America where you're interviewing people, like you're interviewing a team, you're creating a team of business partners. You're working together. Wouldn't you all want to talk and have business relationship? Like, this is important. So once we take that awkwardness out and we start to move into that, so I'll do a whole training on that another time, but using that third-party validation, helping your new people do that, helping them close their people and helping them move in that right direction of their goals will get you to your goals. So we're going to inspect what to expect. Then you're going to use this, and we're going to marry our months. So we're going to keep going. We're not breaking until the 5th. And I want you to guys to be very, very wise then in setting your proper goals for June, inspecting what to expect, look at your rollover volume, know what you need to requalify, because those are reoccurring orders coming in, and helping all your new people get to silver. And I promise you, watch you guys are going to knock your goals out of the park. I will promise you with my whole heart. If you have that belief, you have the belief in our product, you have the belief in what we have here is so unique and so special, and you just keep going, I promise you, you'll be like me and someday go back, climb 6 stories up and hit that camel, which I'll do it sometime. And I'll video and document that I hit the camel bell, but you guys will do it too. All right. So have an incredible day, you guys. Have an awesome month's end. I'm excited for all of you to close out. Go for a bigger goal. Go for this. You can do this. Get one person to silver. You're going to feel amazing. You can do this. Okay. All right, you guys. Thank you so much.